G'day everybody, this is Chris. I'm doing a little video to test out some new tyres that I've bought for my Honda NC750X. I got a set of Shinko 705s, 170 width on the rear and a 120 on the front, and thought I'd take it out for a bit of a spin in the local mountains. This is Mt Mee. It's a state forest, national park, registered vehicles only. Yeah, so initial thoughts or feelings with the tyres, very, very impressed with the way they operate on the dirt. Just pulling in here to Archer campground. You can camp here, book in with national parks. I'm just pulling in here to let a bit of air out of the tyres, as running on road pressures at around 40 psi. I knocked about 10 pounds out of the front down to about 30, and I did the same in the rear as well. It's very important to air down your tyres when hitting dirt tracks. The lower pressures give you more footprint on the ground, allow the tyre to conform to any rocks or sticks or anything on the ground as well. Gives you more grip, and also makes it a lot more comfortable, and it gives you a lot better ride. Anyway, air out, back on the track. Had to ride through this little floodway here. It was a little bit slimy, but there was no slippage at all, which is good. And the tracks around Mt Mee are always quite good. They are very loose, gravelly tracks, fairly well maintained by parks and wildlife. And there's various tracks off to the side as well that they open and close. But I'm mainly just sticking to the main track for the purposes of this video. You see there a bit of a shot of the suspension and the front wheel. The NC I think does a very, very good job at being an all-round bike. I've come from trail bikes, being a DRZ 400 Suzuki, and obviously the DRZ could be tackling all this a lot easier. But for what it is, the NC is extremely capable, and you just got to be a little bit careful with some of the bumps. Speaking of bumps, here's a shot of me going over a bit of a bump there, and yeah, it did get a little bit of air on the back wheel, as you'll see. Wow, isn't that awesome? Just kidding. This track here, it's called K-Break. It's one of the fire trails that runs through Mt Mee State Forest. A lot of whoop-de-doos. Video doesn't really do this justice. It is quite steep. That's why they've got those little whoop-de-doos in the track, so that when the water flows down the track, it goes off to the side and stops any massive amounts of erosion. And make my way up here to the lookout. There's a lookout up the top of K-Break. It just does a big loop from the main track through Mt Mee. As you'll see here, I'm just pulling up to the lookout here now. Yeah, Somerset lookout, looks out over the valley and over Somerset Dam, which is one of the key water supplies for Brisbane. Obligatory shot of the NC. Lovely looking bike, isn't it? Just another angle here of the front wheel. And the tyres, they perform quite well. It did. I was throwing the bike around considerably because it's a bit of a heavy bike. But yeah, these tyres, they're quite impressive. On the road, they're sticky as. Managed to get the pegs down on corners previous to this video on the tarmac. But even on the loose gravel, they're very, very good. I'm very glad I bought them. And thank you to Thailand Touring, amazing Thailand Touring, for suggesting these tyres. Yeah, really, really good. Keep checking that on Facebook. I was in NC750 touring through Thailand and all over Asia there. Yeah, another shot here, just with the camera tucked into my shirt, into my jacket, and it's 40 kilometres an hour through all these state forests, so you can't go crazy through here. And I was quite easily able to keep the 40 kilometre hour speed limit without any trouble at all. Occasional little rock and rut that you have to avoid on these tracks, but for what they are, quite easy ride. Shot of the rear suspension, and the rear tyre. I'm very surprised. I did give it a bit here and there to try and get a bit of slippage out of it, but it was actually quite difficult to get the rear wheels to slip unless you really drop the clutch. Of course, then it did. And just making our way through here to the Mt Mee gantry, which is an old gantry crane and shed where they used to do the logging way back when. But now it's all converted into a nice area for the public with barbecues and chairs and things and a toilet block. You can access this via the main road, so normal cars and families get in here quite often on the weekend and have a barbecue. Not too many here today. Just trying to pick myself a lovely spot to stop and enjoy myself a cup of joe. The beauty of a motorcycle is you can take it anywhere. Nice shady spot here with a table. Perfect. Let's get out my little hiking stove, my coffee cup. It's got a lid so all the dust and whatnot doesn't get in it. And little bags of coffee, like a tea bag but coffee, so perfect for on the bike. Makes things a lot easier. You're not carrying around glass jars or anything like that. I've got my milk in a thermos there and a bottle of water, and yeah, nice to enjoy a cup of coffee. Got this little thing from Aldi for $40, bargain. Does everything you would ever want. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. See you again on the next trip.